Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Romano. I want to begin to let you all know that based on my stock market analysis on the S&P and as well as the DWCF, that's a composition of the Dow Jones, there's going to be a major drop in the first week of April. I would say between the 4th to the 7th, around that time. Now, I mentioned this in previous videos about there's going to be a number of drops in 2020. Now, I started talking about the stock market and my analysis back in 2021, and I made a video on the stock market collapse indicators are here. It was around that title. I don't know the exact title. And I made my previous video about January's drop. Now that's all documented. It's on YouTube. So if you want to watch my previous videos, please remember to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And that's called Dr. Hedge Fund. I do a lot of analysis work on the stock market, and based on my work, my analysis is very accurate. You could open an account with TD Ameritrade. That's the type of account that I like. And you could trade options. Now, when the stock market drops, you want to be buying those puts. And when the stock market goes up, you want to be buying those calls. When I let you know about the market was going to drop in January, and I told you when, you should have been buying your puts three months out, and you enter the position as a seller of options, a seller of those puts. And then when you close the position, meaning you end it, you want to buy back those puts. So the terminology is a little backwards, but basically you're entering a position as a seller of options, and then you're closing that position, taking those profits, and you are now buying back those puts. And based on that basic option strategy, you make a lot of money. Now, when you go and buy you enter the position as a seller, and you're basically buying the puts 3 months out, meaning that their expiration date is 3 months in the future, okay? Now, what happens to those puts when the stock market goes down? Well, they become very, very desirable, let's say. And think of a child's toy. Around the holidays, when people start purchasing that toy, their parents, basically the price keeps going up and up and up as the demand is there. Well, that's the same thing as an option. Those prices fluctuate based on the demand. Now, if I'm telling you based on my market analysis that the stock market is going to be having a big drop in the first week of April of 2022, well, as soon as you watch this video, this is the end of February, you should be looking to get those options. In this case, because you're not going to really focus on shorting certain stocks, etc., you want to only trade the indices. Because when you know something that's going to really happen, you could do the NASDAQ. I always talk about the S&P in my other videos. And when I say that it drops 2,000 points, I was referring to DWCF. And the DWCF is basically the Dow Jones, but it's more broader. And when that drops, it really drops. So you can make a lot of money, just like the NASDAQ. You can make a lot of money when it drops, or the Dow Jones. And so that's basically how you could take advantages of these drops. I'm going to be making a number of videos this year because this year is going to be it's a turning point in our financial markets, and you have a lot of changes in the investment banks. I've spoken to CEOs, and it's a turning point in our financial system. It's not that it's bad or good or we're going to blame someone like 2008 and 2009. No. The mortgage market, you know, people are more qualified to get those mortgages because the banks aren't just giving mortgages to anyone. But you have to remember that as interest rates go up, less people are going to qualify for that same quality of house, that property. For example, in my city, the houses are now $750,000. 5 years ago, they were around $300,000. That's a huge increase. And so that increase is going to slow down as interest rates go up. And yes, there's plenty of permits out there for new construction, but that could easily be dissolved by stock market collapse. And so this type of stock market collapse, there's a lot of changes that are going to happen this year, so that you're going to see a number of drops in our markets. But if you're not prepared, if you're trading and you're not prepared for that, you got big problems. And since I'm a doctor of hedge fund selection, the best hedge fund managers out there, they're really good with managing their risk. Okay? So I had made a video, it was called The Stock Market Indicators Are Here in 2021. I think it was September that I made that video. And I talked about Bitcoin. Well, in that prediction, Bitcoin, my prediction came true. And I knew that based on the charts. So I'm a really good market analyst. I like to do a lot of work and research based on how the markets are affected by certain situations. And what happens right before the stock market either goes up or down. Now, you can't rewrite history, and the history tells you the future. So whether you believe that or not, I really don't care. You have to put your mouth where the definition is and the understanding. So I do a lot of research because I've written, books about hedge fund selection. I'm a doctor in finance, and that's my specialty. And I have something called pattern recognition, and I have a huge long-term memory. So when you tell me something, I will remember it. And that's why one of the best traders in history, that type of personality, they're very visual, and they have a huge long-term memory that allows them to basically not make mistakes. Now, I'm not here trying to sell myself. I don't want your capital. I'm not going to trade it. I'm just here because I want to make these videos, and I want to show people how pretty much you or anyone else who has that long-term memory and that's highly visual can actually predict the stock market by certain indicators, by knowing which indicators are useful and which aren't. Now, just looking at a stock chart and looking at the candles going up and down, I'm not talking about that. There's a lot that goes into it. And so I'm very confident about this first week in April that there will be a definite drop in our stock market. I would say I can't predict how far it's going to drop because it's not always accurate, but the timing is very accurate. When you understand how to predict the timing, then you could do really well as a trader. Now, of course, these type of trades, you're not going to be trading every day. You only trade when the indicators are there. Now, I do get a lot of messages on LinkedIn asking me information, asking me questions, trying to pick my way of thinking. And I want to say thank you for everyone who does connect with me on LinkedIn. I have over 1,800, almost 1,800 followers on LinkedIn because of my channel on YouTube. And I have another 3,800 people that are connected to me because of my YouTube channel and my videos that I make. And you can make a lot of money if you pay attention to what I say. So if you're a junior and you want to get into trading options, you could certainly, create an account with any of the platforms and use their paper trading account. Basically, let's say TD Ameritrade, you sign up for TD Ameritrade and there's an account called paper trading. It's not live. It has everything that would be live except it's not. And so when you now you could purchase your options that they expire 3 months out, and you want to purchase the options on the indices, okay? The stock market indices. Focus on the Dow Jones as well as the DWCF because it actually does drop a lot and it's very predictable. The NASDAQ, I like it, but it has a lot of static to it. And sometimes if you have a position and your assumption that the market's going to go down, that could go up and down, but then it drops. So I like the S&P because it's very smooth. I don't know if you noticed. Now, you could remember this type of option strategy. You enter the position as a seller of options, okay? And then when you exit the position, you are buying back those options, okay? So just remember that. Now, if you do go live, TD Ameritrade has some restrictions. I don't know what the restrictions are. I mean, I really shouldn't get into that because that's their job. But let's say that you have a couple $100,000 into your trading account. You're able to go naked. It's a certain style where basically the losses are unlimited, but the gains are unlimited as well. If you want to go naked in your position, it's called, you have to do some research on this. You could use YouTube, a very helpful way to learn. Understand the terminology, what it means to go naked in a position. It's basically unlimited losses and unlimited gains. So you could make a lot of money based on these predictions that I'm telling you. I predicted January. I told you when to enter and when to exit. Now I'm telling you for April, okay? And in the summer of 2022, I will start to make videos on Bitcoin. I'm becoming really good and accurate with Bitcoin. So just remember, buy Bitcoin in the summer, sell it after Christmas week of 2022. But I'll get more into that exactly when in a probably couple of months, probably 4 months, I'll make a video on that. And so I want to thank you so much for watching my videos. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and do thumbs up so that other people get to see these videos. That will really help me out. Thank you so much for watching.